Hey everybody, it's Mark here. I just thought I'd pop on and give you all a heads up on the new moon solar eclipse that's coming up at the end of the month on the 30th. It's in Taurus, and this eclipse is going to affect primarily the fixed signs, which are Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. But everybody can feel the effects. Just those ones will be a little more intense, possibly. What happens under an eclipse is often a change of plans, a quick turnaround. Sometimes there's like a milestone in our lives. It's best to keep our schedules fairly open under an eclipse because things can change on a dime. Sometimes things get wiped out, just like the light of the sun is wiped out under an eclipse. So those are all the things to sort of look for. The good news is that eclipses, if something does leave our life, it's meant to happen so that we can be on the path that we're meant to be on going forward. And sometimes that's what happens. We're sort of on this track and then an eclipse, and then we end up on another track going in a different direction. That's more appropriate for a future life. They can be stressful, but the good news is Taurus's ruling planet is Venus. And while this eclipse is happening, Venus will be sitting very happily at the same point in the zodiac with Jupiter. And Jupiter's the benevolent planet and a planet of opportunities and good luck and that type of thing. So this might be one of those eclipse surprises that is a nice surprise as opposed to a rug pull from underneath our feet. The Sabian symbols for this new moon is a woman sprinkling a long row of flowers. So that certainly goes with the time of year that we're in. But just think about it as a nurturing kind of energy that's very organized with this row of flowers, getting your ducks in a row, that type of thing. And I thought I would take a look at the Sabian symbol for the Venus-Jupiter conjunction, as that's a big part of the eclipse, as I was saying. And that is a fertile garden under a full moon. So it's interesting that they are both flower garden types of images. That doesn't necessarily have to happen every time. In fact, it rarely does. So there's a real message there about nurturing, growing, planting, seeding, that type of thing, whether literally or figuratively. So keep that in mind. You can get something maybe really good going starting in this period. So I'm just going to do a quick 3-card read to see how we can best take advantage of this eclipse energy. So I will be using one of my current favorites, the Stretch Tarot, for this read. And I'll be doing it live as usual. So what I'm looking for is just some guidance around the best use of this energy. Okay, so I'm just going to cut the cards, and now I am going to start pulling them one at a time. So first card I pulled, whoa, okay, 10 of Swords. So definitely something is coming to the end. This eclipse is heralding something new, the sunrise happening in the background. So something kind of difficult could be finally passing from our lives under this eclipse. All right, let's see what the next card is. Okay. The World. So there couldn't be a better comeback from the Ten of Swords than the World card. So if you look, it's almost as if it's the same woman here. Both are not fully clothed. This one is stabbed. This one is whole and all together. And so there's something there in the message about things get as bad as they can get, and then we are whole and complete again and ready to move forward. And perhaps in a different venue. I always think of the wreath, or the roses in this case, the surrounding vegetation, as a kind of its own little world that you're within. And so she seems to be stepping into maybe a new world after some of this energy. So let's just see if the third card, I mean, I would like to stop at the world. That's a great ending, but let's just see if there's any information to be had in the third card. So it's Eight of Cups energy. So there's walking away from something which we once put our heart into, and either it ran out or there was a difficult end to it, but it was time to move on and into this new world that we're building for ourselves. So you can see the three cards together here as sort of a progression. So there you go. I hope that has some insights for you, and best of luck with the eclipse. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.